What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? It's your boy Jay Howard, aka the official Georgia boy, man. And you're now tuned in to another episode of Fan of Atlanta 365. What I told y'all, man. What I tell y'all. Your boy gonna be consistent this year. I told y'all. We back with another video talking about this Falcon stuff. So that's what we on this year, man. That's what we on. So first. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Support your boy, man. Like, share these videos. Comment if you got something to say, because you know your boy gonna always comment back. How excited are y'all right now? Because your boy excited, man. I bet y'all wondering, like, man, what is this around his neck, man? What he got going on, man? So it's Rise Up Nation, man. In Brotherhood I Trust, you already know that. Your boy gonna rock this gear all year long. It's rising. We rising up this year, man. We rising up. So all the haters, hey, we ain't got no time for y'all this year. We ain't got no time for y'all this year. If you ain't rising up, you ain't, I don't even know you. I don't know you. So that's what we on this year. So I just wanted to show y'all, we're gonna rise up this year, man. Y'all comment saying rise up. If you believe that this is our year, man. If y'all feel like this year gonna be special, hey, comment saying rise up. Hashtag rise up for your boy, man. But like I said, if you're new here, man, hit that subscribe button, like, share these videos. Comment if you got something to say, man. Tell your mama, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your daddy. I already told y'all, tell your dog. Tell your pet snake if you got one. Tell everybody, man, about Fan of Atlanta 365. So I got a lot to cover today. I want to talk to y'all about today. So let me just go down the list of what I want to talk about today. So of course I want to talk about all the free agency of the Atlanta Falcons. And what I mean by that is all the people that we actually cut and what's the update on those guys, man. Then I want to talk about the great moves that we done made in this free agency so far. And then I want to talk about the Todd Gurley news. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but the Rams plan on cutting him or maybe trying to seek a trade for him. So, we're going to get into that. Next, I want to talk about the remaining free agencies that I feel like the Falcons could go after. It's not guaranteed. I'm just going based off what I see. What I feel like we need some more help at. And next, I want to talk about who should the Falcons draft for that number 16 pick. After these free agency moves that we have made. And last, I want to do something special this episode. I want to actually give y'all my depth chart of what I feel like the Atlanta Falcons starters will be for offense and defense based on the roster that we have currently. This is not counting any draft picks. This is only including the free agency pickups that we have gotten right now and the trade that we made. Other than that, everything else is just, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I don't know. It ain't happened yet, so I don't know. But this is based on the current roster as of right now of what we have and what I believe that our depth chart should look like. So we'll get to that a little later. But first, let's cover the first thing, and that's the free agency moves by the Atlanta Falcons that sent players that we had currently on our roster to other teams. So let's talk about it, man. So Desmond Trufant. Let's start off with Desmond Trufant. Desmond Trufant has just signed a deal or a 2-year deal for $21 million, and 14 is guaranteed. 14 million is guaranteed, and he'll be playing with the Detroit Lions. That was a good move by the Detroit Lions. They're going to need a cornerback because they just traded their best cornerback, Darius Slay. So, they traded him to the Eagles. So, they kind of needed a cornerback. So Desmond Trufant should work good with the Detroit Lions. Hey, man, appreciate you, Desmond Trufant. You already know you was my boy. But, hey, it is what it is, man. It's just business, But, hey, you're gonna love it in Detroit, man. Hopefully they'll build that team. But, it's Detroit. They don't get winners, man. But, hey, you got your deal. You're on the team. Hey, next, Devontae Freeman. So he's still looking for a home. I can see Devontae Freeman. I can see him in the LA Chargers. I can actually see him trying to go to the Buccaneers, even though they got a running back. They got Peyton Barber and they got Jones. But, who knows? They may be seeking for a running back. He could be backing up Alvin Kamara. You know, I mean, it can happen. So I don't know where Devontae Freeman would go. I don't know how much money he's asking for, but hey, you already know you loved in Atlanta, man. We appreciate you for everything you done did for us. But hey, we had to move on. Next, Devondre Campbell. Devondre Campbell signed a 1-year deal worth $8.5 million. He signed with the Arizona Cardinals. I think, Devondre Campbell started coming on towards the end of the season last year for us. He's a great run stopper, but as far as passing, he's a liability. So the Falcons had to move on for Devondre Campbell. I think he wanted more than they was willing to pay. And, I think the Arizona Cardinals are getting a heck of a player. The Arizona Cardinals, they making moves. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have a pretty good season this year. But Devondre Campbell, man, hey, we appreciate you for everything you did for us, man. You loved in Atlanta. It is what it is. Next, Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper signed a 4-year deal worth $44 million. 23 of that is guaranteed. So he'll be playing with the Cleveland Browns. Great pickup for the Cleveland Browns. They got a lot of talent, so Austin Hooper should be able to, make plays in Cleveland. I'm looking forward to seeing what they got. Seeing what Austin Hooper can do outside, being away from Matt Ryan, because we all know Matt Ryan made Austin Hooper, right? We already know that, but that's another story for another day. Last, Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley just signed a 1-year contract worth $9.5 million. He also has a chance to max out at $12 million, pending that he does some things for them, whatever incentives that they have. He can have a max deal of $12 million deal in 1 year. So he'll be signed with the Tennessee Titans. I actually think Vic Beasley is going to be a great fit for the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee got a pretty good defense. They gonna bring the best out of Vic Beasley. You may see Vic Beasley have a Pro Bowl year this season, but that's just my opinion. So those are all the cuts / signings for other teams based off the Atlanta Falcons cuts. I think all these players should be, they're in good situations. I'm anxious to see where Devontae Freeman go, but like I said before, it was just business, man. We had to free up some cap. We had to, make room for some new acquisitions. And so let's get to those acquisitions. First, we made a trade for Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst, tight end. So we lost Austin Hooper. So we had to make that trade. And we got a 4th-round pick for him for this upcoming draft. But then we lost our 2nd-round pick and we lost our 5th-round pick. We did have 2 2nd-round picks. So at the same time, I'm not concerned about losing that 2nd-round pick. We also got a 5th. We also gave up a 5th-round pick. It is what it is. But we got Hayden Hurst. I think that Hayden Hurst is going to work well here. He's a bigger tight end. He can actually block as a tight end, so that's going to be interesting to see how it affects our run game. But I think Hayden Hurst is going to be great with Atlanta. I mean, he's going to be surrounded by other outside receivers, so that should open it up for him. Matt Ryan loves to go to his tight end, so I can't wait to see what Hayden Hurst can bring to the table. And last, but surely not least, man, the Atlanta Falcons made a big splash yesterday, man. Made me excited, bro. I'm happy. Like, it's right. This is what make Rise Up Nation. That we go out there and we take a chance on a player. And we took that chance yesterday and we brought in Dante Fowler Jr., man. Dan Quinn is familiar with Dante Fowler Jr. because he played with him. He played for him at Florida. Dante Fowler Jr., we wanted to draft him the year that he came out, but the Jacksonville Jaguars picked him before we could get to him. So we were left with, I forgot who we picked up. I can't remember that specific draft, but we had to get who we had to get. And Dante Fowler Jr. was with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He kind of struggled with Jacksonville. He would have his moments, but he wasn't really showing that where he was drafted at. He wasn't worth it. He started looking almost like a bust. But then, he got hurt. And then eventually the Rams end up picking him up. And, just for a project type player, just to see what he could bring to the table. And he resurrected his career with the Los Angeles Rams. He had a good little, tenure with them. When we played him last year, I mean, he was all on Matt Ryan, man. We couldn't block that guy. So I look forward to seeing what Dante Fowler Jr. Dante Fowler Jr. can bring to the Atlanta Falcons. We replace him with, we replace Vic Beasley with Dante Fowler Jr. So I feel like that's an upgrade for us. That's a very good upgrade. So we were able to sign Dante Fowler Jr. to a 3-year deal worth $48 million. I don't know how much of that is guaranteed, but I'm just happy to have Dante Fowler Jr. He's very excited to be in Atlanta. I don't know if you don't follow me on Facebook, go follow me on Facebook at Jeremy, Jeramy Howard, Howard, Jeremy Howard on Facebook. You'll see me. I posted a video that Dante Fowler Jr. had posted on his Twitter of how excited he is to be in Atlanta. This guy's happy. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me turn my phone on vibrate, so y'all don't have to hear those noises in your ear. But, Dante Fowler Jr., he's happy to be in Atlanta. He wanted to be in Atlanta, and this is his chance. He's a young player, so we got him for 4 years. I'm anxious to see. I'm sorry, we got him for 3 years. So I'm anxious to see what Dante Fowler Jr. can bring to Atlanta. That may be the jersey that I want to get, man. I'm thinking about getting me a jersey. So Dante Fowler Jr. may be that jersey for me. But, I'm not a big guy. So I may not get the double number, but, or unless I'm getting like a Julio Jones number or something like that. But it depends on what I see, man. It depends on how it look. I can't wait to see what our jersey is going to look like. But I'm just happy to see that Dante Fowler Jr. is finally a Atlanta Falcon, man. Whew. That was a great move last night, man. I'm happy. Thank you, Atlanta Falcons. Y'all had me a little frightened, man. Y'all had me a little scared because I was like, man, are we going to do anything in this free agency? Like, are we going to bring in anybody? And we did that, man. I like this pickup. He's going to match well with Takk McKinley. And who knows? We still may go pass rush in the draft. I don't know. But you kind of don't have that pressure where you have to go out there and get a draft pick in the draft as a pass rusher because you got one now. So I'm anxious to see what we can do, man. So, hey, let's go, man. Rise up nation. Let's go. So let's talk about the Todd Gurley news. So the Rams have reported that they're seeking a trade for Todd Gurley, and if they can't get a trade, they're looking to cut him. I think that the Atlanta Falcons, why not? Todd Gurley, he's a Georgia boy. Went to UGA, man, was probably one of the best running backs that ever come out of UGA, outside of Herschel Walker. Todd Gurley, man, big, physical. Now he has started to have some injury problems with his toe. I think he got arthritis or something like that. He did kind of take a step back. But the reason why I feel like the Atlanta Falcons should try to go get Todd Gurley if he's cut by the Rams, only if he's cut by the Rams. I think because the Atlanta Falcons have so much talent around him, he don't have to be the vocal point of the offense. See, in the St. Louis Rams, they tend to overuse their running backs like Steven Jackson. They never would build around Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson was the only thing they had. So by the time the Atlanta Falcons got him, I mean, he was done, and he didn't work out for us. But Todd Gurley, they didn't really have too much talent around Todd Gurley. He pretty much ran them to the playoffs. And then when he got to the playoffs, he started, they had C.J. Anderson, and C.J. Anderson had to end up taking them the rest of the way because Todd Gurley, he had injuries, arthritis. He was worn down. But I think with him joining the Atlanta Falcons, if the Atlanta Falcons were able to get him, it would be a great situation for him because we don't need you to be the vocal point of the offense, and we also don't need you to be the every down back. We have three other backs that we can kind of use to lighten your load. We're gonna give you your carries, but at the same time, you would really be like a distraction for us because we can run the play action with Todd Gurley. Because Todd Gurley, they gonna have to stack the box, and then you got Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, and now Hayden Hurst out there, getting passes. You still got Russell Gage and Zacchaeus and all those guys. So we got a lot of playmakers, and so you don't really have to just run the ball every play, but we can also run when we need that 1 yard because we haven't been able to have that. We can get Todd Gurley. So I think Todd Gurley would be a great fit for the Atlanta Falcons. Depending on how much he's asking for, if he does get cut, I think if he get cut, his value goes down. Even though there may be a lot of potential landing spots for Todd Gurley. I think the Atlanta Falcons should be able to get him if he's cut and if he's not asking for so much money. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I think we should go after him. I really do feel like that. So, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment box. Y'all let me know if it's a goal, if y'all think we should go after Todd Gurley, only if he's cut. I don't think we should trade for him because Todd Gurley has a huge contract and we don't have that kind of money to give to him. But if he's cut and the Rams decide to pay him, whatever he's owed, and then he becomes a free agent, then that's when you can go ahead and give him the contract that you want. So I look forward to seeing what the Falcons can do if Todd Gurley, is cut. Next, let's talk about some remaining free agents that I feel like the Falcons should go after. And it's to fulfill that cornerback position, even though I feel like the Atlanta Falcons are depending on Isaiah Oliver and Kendall Sheffield to be the starting cornerbacks for this season. But if you decided to go out there and make a move, of course, I told y'all last video that Xavier Rhodes will be a great addition to the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know how much he's asking for, but I haven't heard much about, him having any potential landing spots. So who knows? The Atlanta Falcons may be able to pay him what they can afford. Also, Brashad Breeland, another cornerback. I think that he could give us some great depth. He don't have to be a starter. Maybe he can play slot, or maybe you can make him a starter and then make either Isaiah Oliver or Kendall Sheffield a slot cornerback. But I think Brashad Breeland would be a great addition. And then also left in the free agency, you got Michael Kendricks. I like Michael Kendricks. He had an injury towards the end of the season, but Michael Kendricks, he's a great linebacker, and I think we're going to need another linebacker, especially with us losing DeAndre Campbell. We traded what's his name? Duke Riley away this past season. We got some linebackers, but I don't really see none that's very stout. So I'm anxious to see what we're going to do at that linebacker position. I got a suggestion that I think we should do, but we'll talk about that when I go over the depth chart for the Atlanta Falcons. So those are some free agencies that I've been keeping my eye on, thinking about, how would they fit in Atlanta. So, y'all let me know who y'all think who's left in the free agency, who y'all think the Falcons should go after if we can afford them and all that good stuff. So next, let's move on to who should the Falcons draft with that number 16 pick overall. So I got two suggestions. Of course, we need a running back. So, we got to go after DeAndre Swift. We have to go after DeAndre Swift, Georgia boy, very, fast guy, elusive. I think he would be great for the Atlanta Falcons. He would be a great weapon. He can catch out the backfield. He can run the zone read. He can do an outside zone run. I think he would be a great fit for the Atlanta Falcons, especially with this running back system that we have with Ito Smith, Quadre Olison, and Brian Hill. We got three good running backs that I feel like they all bring something to the table. So DeAndre Swift, we're not going to look for him to be our every down back. So we can have a good rotation between the four running backs. And I think they would be a great pickup. If we wasn't going to go after DeAndre Swift, let's just say DeAndre Swift got picked up before we could even draft him. I think the next option for me is AJ make sure I'm saying this guy name right. AJ Epinesa. One of the guys, Leon Smith, shout out to Leon Smith, man, one of the subscribers, one of my followers. He actually, showed me how to pronounce this man's name. Told me I need to pronounce this man's name right. Last video, I was calling him Epinesa or something like that. But his name is Epinesa. AJ Epinesa. So I think we should go after him with that number 16 pick overall, pending that we don't get DeAndre Swift. Because we got Dante Fowler Jr., I'm not pressed to get AJ Epinesa. But if he's there, I think you go after him because you can kind of like have some depth. Bring him in for depth purposes, and then also who knows, he may be an outstanding player where he end up taking over for Tat McKinley. Tat may have to maybe go to another position, or maybe we have to trade him. I don't know, but I think we should go AJ Epinesa if we lose out on DeAndre Swift at the number 16 pick. We got options, so I'm anxious to see what the Atlanta Falcons going to do now. So let's move on to the last topic that I wanted to cover, and that's the special thing that I want to do for this video. I wanted to talk about a potential depth chart of the Atlanta Falcons based on the roster that we currently have. This is not adding any draft picks or any potential free agencies that we could have. This is only based off of what we have currently on our roster right now. So let's get right to it. So I just wanted to be proactive and go ahead and write it out for you guys, and show you guys. So I'm going to first start off with the offense. So I hope you guys can see this, so of course, we know Matt Ryan is the starting quarterback. This is only the starters. This is not backups. This is just starters. So we got Matt Ryan at quarterback. For running back, I actually think we got 3 good running backs that could potentially start. We all know that the starting running back of the Atlanta Falcons would not be a bell cow. He would not be a third, every down back. He's going to be just a starter, just the one who we start off with. So I have actually Brian Hill starting it off, because I felt like Brian Hill had a great season last season. He's to me the more veteran of all the 3 guys we have left, and because he offers that bigger body, he can upstand the running that we need to do when we first start the games off. So Brian Hill, and then as he get more carries, he become more elusive. So I definitely like Brian Hill. Then you got Quadre Olison, another guy who's he's going to be out there competing. He's a big body. I think that Quadre Olison going to be a great pickup for us. I told y'all last year, I think that Quadre Olison and John Kaminsky was one of our Black Horse draft picks. So I felt like when they develop, they're going to be great. So I like Quadre Olison. And then we have Ito Smith. Because the reason why I put Ito Smith at the end is because Ito Smith coming off an injury. We don't know how he's going to do when he returns. I like Ito Smith, but we don't know how he's going to be. So I got him at the 3rd, and like I said, potentially we could draft a running back, or we could pick one up in the free agency. Who knows? But right now, based on the roster that we have right now, this is where I see the depth chart for the running back. It's going to be a competition. Next, of course, fullback would be Keith Smith. We ain't got to say nothing about him, man. He's a great fullback. He got swag. He making the fullbacks great again, man. So I like Keith Smith. Wide receiver, we already know Julio Jones is the starter. I mean, that's not even up for debate. And we already know Calvin Ridley would be the second receiver. So those 2 are already solidified. Now, when you get to this 3rd receiver, I think Russell Gage, but potentially Olamide Zaccheaus could step up. He had a great season last year. As a rookie, undrafted free agent, made the team and everything, has some valuable playing time. So I look forward to seeing that competition. Russell Gage versus Olamide Zaccheaus for that 3rd slot receiver. Let's move on to tight end. So tight end, of course, we know we got Hayden Hurst. Now, that's not saying that Hayden Hurst won't be competing against Jaden Graham, because I told y'all Jaden Graham was going to be that next Austin Hooper for us, and he had a good season last year due to him being limited on his opportunities to get on the field. But Jaden Graham gonna be that guy for us, man. But I think Hayden Hurst right now, he's our starter if I had to bet on it. Let's move on to left tackle. So left tackle, you got Jake Matthews. Of course, we already know that's solidified. So we don't have to talk much about that. Now, with this left guard position, I decided to move Chris Lindstrom to the left guard position because he could be surrounded by more of veterans on one side instead of having to be with Caleb McGarry on the other side. He can kind of be between Jake Matthews and Alex Mack to give him more of a better chance to be better at what he at his position. So I got Chris Lindstrom on the left guard position because we lost James Carpenter, but it's going to be a competition between him and Jamon Brown, of course, to see who's going to be better on that side or on the other side. So at center, of course, we know Alex Mack. We already know that. I mean, we ain't got nothing to talk about. So let's move on to right guard. So I actually got Jamon Brown at the right guard position because I feel like he's going to either be at the left guard or he's going to be at the right guard. I like I told y'all before in my last video, I feel like our line is already set. We just need to make sure that they're in the right position, and we need to let them gel. You have to let an offensive lineman gel. We can't keep going out here drafting or trying to bring in the best free agents. Because at the end of the day, it ain't about the best talent. It's about who can gel the best. Are they in the right position that fits their playing style? And so that's what it's about. So I really got Jamon Brown on the right side with Caleb McGarry bringing up the right tackle. I think that, like I said, they just got to gel. We got to continue to develop them. We can't give up just because we felt like they didn't have a good year. Because in my opinion, Caleb McGarry, he did the best he could do last year. Chris Lindstrom was out for a long time. This is actually going to be his first season where he can really, be there for the first game, hopefully. Of course, this is based on all our players staying healthy. That's the key. So let's move on to defense. This is our last thing I want to cover. Let's talk about this defense. So first, as you can tell, our first left end, Dante Fowler Jr. I mean, great pickup by the Atlanta Falcons in the free agency. I got Dante Fowler Jr. bringing up their left side. And then, getting to the quarterback. We got Tom Brady in this division now. We got Drew Brees in our division. We got Teddy Bridgewater, for the Carolina Panthers. So this is going to be a competitive division. You need pass rushers. So Dante Fowler Jr. would be my left end. Defensive tackle, of course, Grady Jarrett. Enough said. We already know he's the best player on our defense, really. With Tyler Davidson in the middle. Last year they were able to stop the run up the middle. We was one of the best when it came to running up the middle. So we were able to stop it. So I like Tyler Davidson and Grady Jarrett in the middle. And then on the right side, Tat McKinley. I think Tat McKinley and Dante Fowler Jr. are going to be a great tandem. They're both going to get to the quarterback. So I'm anxious to see how this works out for us. Now, at linebacker, I actually did some different stuff. I'm going to explain when we get to that right side linebacker. Now, of course, I don't put the O. I just put left side linebacker, left linebacker. That's what LLB stands for. So I got Foye Oluokun bringing up the left side linebacker. Because we lost Devondre Campbell, we're going to need another linebacker to step up, and that's Foye Oluokun. I think Foye Oluokun deserves to be on the field. I'm anxious to see. I think this is his last year on his contract. So he's going to be out there trying to ball out, man, so he can get a big contract. So Foye Oluokun. At middle linebacker, we already know Deion Jones. There's no argument. So Deion Jones bringing up that middle linebacker. Now he's surrounded by two linebackers that can actually, I feel like, cover. So, now only thing he got to do is just go out there and headhunt now. So I got Deion Jones in the middle. And right here is where I'm probably going to confuse a lot of people. I actually have Keanu Neal moving to that the right side linebacker. The reason why I say Keanu Neal actually has the body to play that hybrid type right side linebacker. He can cover tight ends. He can cover running backs if he needs to, but mainly we're going to use Deion Jones to cover the running backs and use Keanu Neal to cover those tight ends. Keanu Neal, he's a hitter. He's not really, to me, he's not a ball hawk. That's why I think that the Falcons should just go ahead and see if Keanu Neal can play linebacker, because I feel like we're set at safety. I think that Keanu Neal is coming out that ACL, Achilles injury. I think that we need to just go ahead and put him at linebacker just to see what he can do. We're moving to we will have a fast defense. But Keanu Neal and Deion Jones is gonna lay that wood on you too, especially Keanu Neal. He get a chance to clobber somebody. He's gonna be there. I think he's gonna be great. We may have to beat him up a little bit more. Probably get him into like the 220s. I think he's like 218 right now. We probably gonna have to get him like the 225, 228, something like that. Something where he can have enough size to move around and get off blocks. So I really feel like the Keanu Neal would be great for right side linebacker. So that's why I chose Keanu Neal. Next, cornerback. I got Isaiah Oliver being the starting cornerback with Kendall Sheffield as the other. The cornerbacks. I got Isaiah Oliver and Kendall Sheffield. I think last year they looked good. When Desmond Trufant went out, they actually was pretty good. I think they're going to be good. They're going to be able to develop together. They're both young. They're both athletic. Isaiah Oliver has a little bit more size. So I look forward to seeing what they're going to do at that cornerback position. I think the Falcons, the reason they moved on from Desmond Trufant and have not brought in a veteran is because they're trusting in Isaiah Oliver and Kendall Sheffield. And I kind of believe in those guys. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for them to show what they really have. And I think that they're going to be pretty good in our system due to the free safety and the safeties that we have available at the back end. And so I'll get to that a little later. Cornerback. Slot cornerback. I got Jordan Miller. I think Jordan Miller would probably be the best option because Jordan Miller really haven't had that opportunity to show us really what he has. But I think that he's going to be that slot cornerback. He's very athletic. I think he can do it. So I'm anxious to see what we're going to do with that slot cornerback position. But that's the way I see it right now as of the roster that we have right now. And to bring up the free safety and the safety, I got DeMonte KZ and Ricardo Allen at the strong safety and KZ at the free safety. So going back to Isaiah Oliver and Kendall Sheffield, before when you had Keanu O'Neal back there, Keanu O'Neal is not really like a coverage type safety. He's more of a run support safety. He's more of like I can guard the tight end if I need to just to be physical. But at the same time, he's not a ball hawk. We got two ball hawks back there. We got KZ and we got Ricardo Allen. They looking to make that pick. They also are both very smart in the back end. So now with Keanu O'Neal, with Isaiah Oliver and Kendall Sheffield being so young, if they broke down their coverage on the front end, they could be a little bit more physical because they know that they have the support on the back end with KZ and Ricardo Allen. Ricardo Allen is like a quarterback of our defense, and KZ, he's starting to come too. He's starting to show that, hey man, y'all should have been had me back here. He's did it consistently 2 years. So I'm anxious to see what he's gonna do this year. Hopefully he'll take another step forward. And we already know what we get out of Ricardo Allen. So I look forward to seeing what we can do on this defense. I feel like we can have a good defense this year. I'm just anxious to see what we're going to do in this draft. And who knows, we may pick up another free agent. But as of right now, I feel like the Atlanta Falcons have a great team. I'm not even going to say Super Bowl bound this year because last year I kind of spoke too early. But I will say we will have a great season this season. I'm looking forward to it. This division is going to be tough because you got Tom Brady now. You got Drew Brees and you got Teddy Bridgewater. But nobody scares me. I really feel like the Atlanta Falcons, if they play to their potential, they're consistent, and they actually go out there and, don't play down to competition, I think we could potentially have a great team this year. So that's been the episode of Fan of Atlanta 365. I know it's been a lot, but I just want to talk to you guys once again. Look forward to making another video, hopefully this week if some stuff happen. But until then, man, if you're new here, hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button, share, like these videos, comment if you got something to say, because your boy always comment back. Please tell your friends, tell your daddy, tell your mama, tell your stepmama, your grandma, your great grandma, your granddaddy, whoever. Tell everybody, man, about Fan of Atlanta 365. It's been your boy, Jay Howard, a.k.a. the official Georgia boy, and you've been tuned in to another episode of Fan of Atlanta 365, man. Hey, it's Rise Up Nation. In brotherhood, I trust. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.